If you have ever tried to sharpen a kitchen knife or clean up a small metal part by hand, you know exactly how tedious that can get. This little machine from FANG is basically a miniature version of those massive belt sanders you see in professional fabrication shops, just shrunk down to fit on a corner of your desk. It is surprisingly compact, measuring only about 4 by 5 inches, which makes it perfect if you are working in a garage or a small hobby room where space is at a premium. What really catches the eye is the build quality. It is not some flimsy plastic toy. The frame is solid metal, which gives it a nice, grounded feel when it is running. You get a whole kit in the box, including 20 sanding belts in various grits, which is a huge plus because you can go from rough shaping to a fine polish without having to hunt for extra supplies. The motor is the real star here, though. It uses double bearings and runs surprisingly quiet for how much power it packs. With 7 different speed settings, you can dial it back for delicate wood carving or crank it up to 9,000 RPM when you need to strip some serious material off a piece of steel. Now here is the thing to keep in mind. Because of its size, this is strictly for light-duty projects. If you try to force a massive piece of iron into it, you are going to be disappointed. It is meant for knife edges, small craft pieces, and detail work. One quirk that stands out is the versatility. You can swap out the belt for a grinding wheel or a polishing disc, which effectively turns this into a multi-purpose bench grinder. It is a clever design, but swapping those attachments does take a little bit of patience and a steady hand with the included wrenches. Honestly, the biggest limitation is the footprint. While the small size is great for storage, it does mean your workspace is limited to that tiny platform. You have to be mindful of your fingers because there is not a lot of room to maneuver. Also, while the dust cover is a nice touch, you will still want to keep a vacuum nearby because fine metal or wood dust is going to settle everywhere. It is not going to replace a full-sized industrial sander, but for someone doing DIY knife making or small-scale metalwork, it is a surprisingly capable little tool that punches well above its weight class. It is sturdy, it is adjustable, and it gets the job done without taking over your entire workbench. If you are looking for something to handle those fiddly, precise tasks that a hand file just cannot manage, this is definitely worth a look.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.